We've all had the experience of being misunderstood. It's normal, it's human. What if your most frequent and common experience is being misunderstood? Have you ever found yourself in that place? Are you chronically misunderstood? Are you a person that often says to yourself, nobody understands me, nobody really gets me? And if that's the case, I'm going to invite you to consider that perhaps being misunderstood is a way to get other things that you might want. I know that could sound crazy. For example, if I'm misunderstood, in a lot of ways, I just get to do what I want because no one really understands me anyhow. And if something doesn't work out, if communication isn't clear, I can always fall back on it's because I was misunderstood. You know, it takes a lot of intentionality to be clear in your communication. It takes a lot of willingness. It actually takes humility to be clear in your communication. Because we got to remember that the communication is for the other person. It's not for me. It's for them. So if you find yourself chronically misunderstood, I'm saying it like this is a pattern. When you notice patterns, patterns reveal beliefs that are hiding under the surface. And this is one I've seen over and over again. Before I get too far into this, please like, subscribe, write something in the comments. I come up with videos all the time. And if you have a suggestion, I'd love to hear it. Chronically misunderstood. I get to be the one that, number one, is always misunderstood. So there's a little pity game going on. I get to feel bad about myself, but I also get to be a little upset at other people. I get to be indignant about it. Number two, if I am chronically misunderstood, I usually can end up doing whatever I want anyhow because, they didn't understand me. Nobody actually understands me. So I don't have to account for my behavior. Number three, I almost guarantee failure or disappointment. And my backup story to the disappointment or the failure is, of course, I'm the one nobody understands. Now, I have talked to brilliant people, scholars, people that are very, very smart, lots of communication skills that have been stuck in this pattern. So I invite you to notice, what patterns are you stuck in? What are the chronic patterns that you find yourself saying to yourself about yourself? It could be, I'm the one that's misunderstood. It could be, I'm the one that nobody loves. Think about it for yourself and ask yourself, if this is a common pattern, if I see this theme over and over and over again in different relationships, maybe it's an opportunity to ask yourself honestly, what am I getting out of this? What are the benefits for me? What do I get to do or not do when I'm so immersed in this belief, in this conversation with myself? Now, there's nothing wrong with doing what you want. Of course, we all like doing what we want. It's when we're doing what we want as a result of or blaming someone else because they don't understand. Sometimes people say they're confused when they're actually not confused. They just don't want to do the thing. This happens all the time at work. I've seen this multiple times working in organizations where there's somebody that says they didn't understand or they weren't understood or they were confused. And when we tease it apart and dig through it, what it really means is I didn't agree. And I didn't want to say I didn't agree. So I said I didn't understand or I was misunderstood or I was confused. And that in some ways gives me a pass to go do the thing I was going to do in the first place. This is often why change initiatives fail in organizations, because people get very positioned. So maybe you're wondering, but what if I'm really misunderstood? Yeah, of course, there are times when you or me, we're actually misunderstood. Again, I'm asking you to look at patterns, chronically misunderstood. And maybe you're thinking, well, this works for me. What's the problem? I'm going to ask you to check into your energy level. This takes a lot of energy. It is draining to continue to fortify these conversations in your own mind and with the people that you are in relationship with, whether at work or at home. How's your energy level? Do you often feel exhausted? Do you often feel depleted? And when you feel exhausted or depleted, do you attribute it to being misunderstood? Or have you ever considered that maybe being exhausted or depleted is the result of being committed to being misunderstood? So if this resonates with you, maybe not about being misunderstood, but it could be being whatever, fill in the blank. This is a great way to recover energy in your life. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're exhausted, if you are depleted, take a look at the patterns in your life and see where you can free up some energy. Instead of resisting, assume that you are understood. Engage in dialogue. Do the work of being more clear or asking questions or being willing to have questions asked of you. Sticking around long enough in the discourse to hash it out and see what happens. If this video resonated with you, subscribe, hit the like button, ring that bell for notifications. Write something in the comments. I would love to hear from you.